there's a word that Amna used, which I wanted to bring, and talk about. The word was selfish, right? There's a lot of negative
Hmm.
connotation involved with the word selfish in our part of the culture, in many, other parts of the world as well. But sometimes self-care must be selfish, and being selfish always is not the wrong thing to do. Can you talk about that?
Right. A lot of times, like, in our field of work, even when it's young kids coming to me
Hmm.
at our practice at Zavia, they'd often tell me, but I can't say that to my parents, right? I cannot communicate this to them. And, that brings in the concept of boundaries. Like, today I was in a group session at my school, and one kid said, but, when I push back or I tell them that this is what my experience was and I get invalidated by them, I don't know, like, what to say to them because, they are my all-knowing parents and they know better than me, right? So, and within that, I saw that a voice was shut down and a child was not speaking to their parent, was not communicating to them. There was this trust sort of
Hmm.
shaken that I cannot even go to you now because you're invalidating my feeling, and yet he was still feeling guilty for it. Um, and that, in that moment, I asked him to question that what brings up for you when you just cannot go up to your parents. And he was like, I don't know. I cannot name it. And that's where we started talking a little bit about like, with self-care, like, just standing your ground, standing up for yourself, communicating if you have a need, if you're feeling dysfunctional in your life, for whatever reasons. In this particular case, it was
Hmm.
a bullying incident had happened and this child was unable to go to his parents. Um, and we brought in how he needed to stand his ground, he needed to bring his own needs into it, and it wasn't for him to feel the burden to carry their emotions and like feel guilty for even bringing up his need to his parents. He should do
Yeah.
so, like
Yeah.
Amna said, unapologetically. Um, so
Hmm.
the idea of self-care goes as young as the kids are just feeling that they're not allowed to voice out their needs. And they have to feel the burden of like silencing their own needs just to please somebody else around them.
Hmm. Yeah, I think one word that Sana used, guilty. I think that there's a lot of guilt
Yeah.
around doing something for ourselves, be it like if you're a kid or a grown up, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of it has does come from the parenting style that
Right.
we have here. That, oh, if I am your parent and I'm saying something, then that is it. How can
Yeah.
you disobey? And this is something that I work with adults as well, right? They're like 40 years old and they still feel guilty around it because it was so ingrained, right? That if you ever think about yourself and not others, and this thing that you also mentioned, that self-care is selfish, is such a misconception, right? Why does it have to be selfish? If I am saying that I don't have the headspace right now, it doesn't mean that I don't care about you and I will never like come to you to talk
Right.
about your problems. It just means that I won't be of any use right now. So can I
Right.
just like recharge and
Right. And I'm just taking a moment away maybe to like,
yeah.
just be with myself because I need myself first.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
That's right.
yeah. So I think that that is very true, that thing that we said, that is considered selfish.